Hey now! What is up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka ReviewKingMB, and I'm here to talk about and review The 40-Year-Old Virgin. This is the unrated cut. This movie came out in 2004 and is directed by Judd Apatow. And before I get started on this plot, what this movie is about, I just want to say that this is one of my favorite movies, like probably top 10 favorite comedies. I can still rewatch and still laugh at damn near every single one of these jokes. The plot is we meet Andy, who's played by Steve Carell. This poster is genius, by the way. It's so great. Andy is one of those guys who's, I don't want to say he's a loser. Look, I don't want to say that just because he's a 40-year-old virgin that he's a loser, or the fact that he doesn't have any real social skills, or the fact that he just spends all of his time at home playing with his dolls and having all of these things. Look, there is fun to be had with some of those activities that he does. There's some of those action figures, those toys that I would love to own myself.
You a virgin?
Oh, you are hilarious. This is good. You're a virgin!
When they show his routine of some of the stuff, now I'm painting your silver pants blue. My friend and I used to joke about that and quote that scene specifically, over and over again. His friends at his job, so many of these guys, are desperately trying to hook him up, trying to get him laid, just because, hey, you will see the light, you will have new life if you get laid.
You look like a man-o'-lantern.
I just now, rewatching it, realized that not only did Judd Apatow write the movie, because Judd Apatow, when he directs a movie, he's all in it. He writes it, he directs it, it's 100%. A lot of the scenes are improv, and you can tell that's true here as well. But also, Steve Carell co-wrote the movie, and he executive produced it. So Steve Carell was, too, very much involved with this movie, probably this character. And that's why he's so good at playing this character, why there's so many moments and scenes and his reactions to people, especially these friends. I need to talk about these friends, his co-workers. David is played by Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd is always funny, always likable in really every comedy I see him in, but more so because he's the hopeless romantic. He's the guy who is hopelessly in love with this girl who you later find out was played by Mindy Kaling.
Hey man, got a big box of porn for you.
I don't want this stuff, okay?
Andy, for the last time, I don't want your giant box of pornography.
No, come on, man.
Jay is played by Romany Malco, one of those actors that I've seen in a few things since this, but whenever I do see him, I think of him in this movie. He's so over the top, he's so funny. He has so many lines, so many memorable, quotable lines that I won't repeat because it's very vulgar and very dirty, and I'm not against that, but still, it's definitely worth it if you haven't seen the movie to see some of his one-liners, to see some of his jokes. Also, Cal is played by Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen, one of his first movies. I mean, I know he did Freaks and Geeks and Undeclared and a whole bunch of other stuff like that, but Seth Rogen, he's just like a bit player. He's just there, almost in the background, but he has his own scenes where he's saying some funny stuff, some memorable stuff. One of the funniest gags is him and Paul Rudd going back and forth saying, "Do you know how I know you're gay?" And they just keep going back and forth with it. In fact, there's a deleted scene or an extended scene of like 20 minutes of them just riffing off the top of their heads.
Section of do it yourself.
Do you like to do it yourself?
Like cameos, so many other actors that I don't know if I knew them at the time, but now when you watch it, you're like, holy crap, that's Elizabeth Banks. Jane Lynch, who's the boss at this store that they work at. Leslie Mann, who, if it's a Judd Apatow movie, you're probably going to see Leslie Mann in it, but she too is funny.
You think I'm pretty? Whoa, whoa! Look at me! Look at me! I'm
And Jonah Hill, who I think this was Jonah Hill's first part. It's such a weird and random cameo. He's at the store trying to buy these gold or silver glittery boots. Like, why? Steve Carell, as he's on this quest to get laid or to date, there's even a speed dating scene.
I'm Andy, and you are Gina?
Gina. Hey, what's up?
Okay.
Kat Dennings, who this is one of the first movies I saw Kat Dennings in, and she too has some great moments. There's not much more I could say about the film besides the fact that it's hilarious. It is. It's funny. It's one of those films that I can rewatch all the time. I love when somebody tells me they haven't seen it, because I will sit them down and say, let's watch it! Prepare to laugh! So guys, let me know in the comments below what you think of the 40-Year-Old Virgin. I really enjoy it. Do you like it as much as I do? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!
Skip a beat, I never press repeat forever, ripping smooth as leather season. Lemon pepper, gotta piece it together like I wrote it in the etch a sketch. Concentration breaks away, it shakes away how lyrics so solid.